In a garden where harmony once reigned, chaos began to creep in. The flowers whispered of betrayal, thorns grew sharper, and the air grew heavy with mistrust. Among them, two roses emerged as symbols of the garden's strife, a seemingly heroic rose and a thorned outcast. But who was the hero, and who was the villain? The fragrant rose stood as a beacon of light in the garden. Its petals glistened, its aroma enchanted, and the other flowers rallied around it, singing praises. The rose promised prosperity and beauty to all who stood by its side. But beneath its allure lay a secret it guarded fiercely. On the opposite side of the garden stood the thorny rose, a figure of fear and resentment. Its thorns were seen as weapons, its silence mistaken for hostility. The garden labeled it a villain, blaming it for the growing shadows and unease spreading through their world. As days turned into nights, the garden's balance began to shift. The fragrant rose, once a hero, revealed its true colors. Its roots spread greedily, draining life from the soil, leaving weaker flowers to wither. The thorny rose, meanwhile, used its thorns to fend off invading pests and shield the vulnerable blooms. Yet, the garden's judgment remained unchanged. It clung to its belief that the thorny rose was the villain. When the storm finally hit, the fragrant rose's fragile roots gave way. It tumbled, revealing the weeds it had nurtured in its shadow. Meanwhile, the thorny rose stood steadfast, its deep roots and unyielding thorns shielding the remaining flowers from the storm's wrath. The garden's eyes were opened. It saw the hero where it had once condemned a villain. The garden learned a vital lesson: appearances can deceive, and heroes can wear thorns. Every flower has a story, shaped by circumstances and struggles. In the end, it's our understanding, not our judgment, that reveals the truth. On-screen text fades in. Who are the true heroes in your garden? Before you judge a rose by its thorns or its fragrance, take a moment to uncover its roots. In life's garden, let's nurture understanding, for only then can we truly flourish.